Right now, 50 million Americans are directly in the path of severe weather today. 3 simultaneous weather disasters are hitting the U.S. storms, wildfire, and record snow at once. By the 3-minute mark, I will tell you exactly which cities get hit and exactly when today. And by the 5-minute mark, you will have the complete city-by-city timing breakdown for your area. This pattern driving this week is one for the history books. This is not routine. Drop your city in the comments right now. I will get you your specific forecast. Here is the number that matters most right now: 50 million Americans in the storm path. Monday's level 4 moderate risk outbreak hit central Kansas and southeast Nebraska hard. That same system pushes east on Tuesday, and 50 million more people are now in its path. Tuesday carries a broad slight risk from the Great Lakes all the way down through the southern plains. Slight risk means widely scattered severe storms, damaging winds, and large hail are the primary threats. But here is what people miss: slight risk still means lives can be at stake today. And south of the storm track, the Texas Panhandle is still dealing with dangerous wildfire conditions. And north of it, over a foot of late-season snow is still burying the Rockies today. 1 trough, 3 disasters. This is what a genuine multi-hazard outbreak looks like in real time. Let me break down the atmospheric setup driving all of this, because the science here is remarkable. A powerful upper-level trough has been digging hard from the western into the central United States. This trough is the engine. It has been driving severe weather since Saturday, 3 straight days. South of the trough, extreme fire danger, temperatures in the 90s, and critically low humidity. North of the trough, record cold, and a foot of wet snow is still burying the Rockies. And right through the middle, warm, humid Gulf of Mexico air surging northward into the cold front. That Gulf moisture has been pumping northward for 3 straight days, loading the atmosphere with fuel. When that moisture hits the stalled dry line and 60 to 70 knot winds aloft, supercells fire fast. That level of wind shear is what allows rotating updrafts to stay organized for hours at a time. This is why Monday produced baseball-sized hail and long-track tornadoes across central Kansas. At 3 minutes in here are the 3 danger zones that matter most for Tuesday. Zone 1, the primary corridor from central Kansas into southeast Nebraska and northwest Missouri. Wichita, Salina, Lincoln, Omaha, you are still under elevated severe weather risk this afternoon. SPC flags damaging winds as the primary threat for Tuesday, with isolated tornadoes still possible. Zone 2, the severe thunderstorm corridor pushing east through Missouri, Iowa, and Illinois today. Kansas City, St. Louis, Des Moines, large hail and wind gusts over 75 miles per hour are the threats. Monday saw hail up to 4 inches in the same system respected as it moves east. Zone 3, the Great Lakes and Ohio Valley, where the front accelerates southeast this afternoon. Chicago, Indianapolis, Cincinnati, Louisville, scattered severe storms arrive during late afternoon. Wind gusts over 75 miles per hour are possible with the strongest squall line segments today. And beyond those 3 zones, the front is still pushing toward 20 million people in the mid-Atlantic. D.C., Philadelphia, New York, and Boston, your severe weather window opens after sunset tonight. Stay with me. The city-by-city timing breakdown is coming at the 5-minute mark. But first, the peak risk window that everyone in the severe weather zones must know now. Highest tornado and severe storm potential runs from 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. local time. That is when daytime heating maximizes instability and the low-level jet dramatically strengthens. If you are in a severe weather zone, late afternoon and early evening are highest risk. Do not be at an outdoor event or mobile home during the afternoon storm window. Mobile homes offer 0 protection from tornadoes. Find a solid structure before 2 p.m. if you can. A tornado watch means conditions are favorable. Stay alert and know your shelter location right now. A tornado warning means a tornado has been detected. Move to shelter immediately. 0 exceptions. Lowest floor, interior room, away from all windows, bathroom, closet, or basement if you have one. Now let me get to the flash flooding threat that is seriously underestimated across the South today. WPC issued a marginal risk of excessive rainfall from the southern plains through the lower Ohio Valley. Marginal sounds minor, but the ground from Kansas to Iowa is already saturated. Northern Kansas, southern Iowa, and northern Missouri were hammered with rain on Sunday and Monday. Saturated soil means even moderate rainfall rates can trigger flash flooding almost instantly today. Central and East Texas is the area WPC is watching most closely for the heaviest rain today. The stalling front will lock over Texas, delivering potentially flooding rain for multiple days ahead. Rainfall rates could reach 2 to 3 inches per hour in isolated storm cells across central Texas today. Dallas, Austin, San Antonio monitor local conditions closely because this threat builds all week. Turn around, don't drown. 6 inches of water can sweep a grown adult off their feet. And 2 feet of floodwater carries away a full-sized SUV. Please respect that number. Here's the wild contrast making today one of the most dramatic weather days recently. While parts of Texas are flooding, the Texas Panhandle is still under dangerous fire weather today. The extreme fire weather level 3 that peaked on Sunday and Monday is still lingering across the region. Temperatures in the 90s, humidity still critically low, and gusty winds continuing across the panhandle. Lubbock and Amarillo, you remain in elevated fire danger. Do not start any outdoor fires. A single downed power line or a cigarette from a car window can start a fast-moving wildfire today. Under these conditions, fire can travel a mile in under 3 minutes, not an exaggeration. The dry line today is a razor blade flooding on one side, wildfire on the other. This is the kind of simultaneous contrast that meteorologists say makes this week genuinely extraordinary. Now let me take you north because the Rockies snow situation is equally dramatic and equally dangerous. More than a foot of snow has fallen across Wyoming's higher elevations since Sunday night in mid-May. The Colorado Front Range and Wasatch Range have been buried under heavy, wet, late-season snow. Interstate 80 through Wyoming saw multiple closures this week from snow and near-zero visibility. A freeze watch was issued for the Colorado Front Range through Tuesday morning in May. Denver, Boulder, and Fort Collins temperatures dropped near freezing overnight and remain cold today. Salt Lake City and Park City saw significant snow accumulation. Mountain passes remain dangerous. And here's the connection that ties everything together. This Rockies cold air ignites the whole system. The temperature contrast between that Arctic Rockies air and the Gulf moisture is what powers the engine. The snow, the tornadoes, the fire, they are all one connected weather system coast to coast today. One trough, 3 disasters, hundreds of millions of people impacted. This week is historic. All right, you hit the 5-minute mark, and this is where the city breakdown starts now. I am going through every major city in the storm path with exact timing for today. Do not see your city here, drop it in comments, and I will respond with your outlook. Starting in the Plains, Wichita, Kansas, you are in the elevated risk corridor for this afternoon. Severe storms possible by 2 to 3 p.m. Damaging winds and hail are the main concerns. Have your NOAA weather radio on, notifications turned up, and your shelter plan ready before noon. Lincoln and Omaha, Nebraska, you are also still inside an elevated risk zone on today's SPC map. Storms fire between 3 and 5 p.m. and move northeast. Large hail and damaging winds are possible. Kansas City on the eastern edge of the risk zone. Storms arrive by 4 to 6 p.m. Damaging wind gusts and large hail are the main story for KC as storms cluster together. Des Moines, Iowa, you are in the slight risk zone with scattered severe storm potential this afternoon. Tornado-warned storms moved through Iowa just 24 hours ago. This pattern is absolutely not finished. Minneapolis, you dodged the worst of Sunday's outbreak, but a few storms remain possible today. Chicago, the cold front arrives Tuesday afternoon with strong to severe thunderstorms by early evening. Wind gusts over 60 miles per hour are possible with the strongest storms moving through the metro. Chicago storm timing is roughly 4 to 7 p.m. Have a plan before heading outdoors today. Milwaukee, Green Bay, Madison, similar timing to Chicago. Watch for gusty storms through Tuesday evening. Indianapolis and Columbus front arrives mid to late afternoon with slight risk for severe weather. Louisville and Lexington, you are in the path of the squall line. Storms arrive by mid-afternoon. Have your shelter plan ready. Storms will be ongoing in Louisville before 3 p.m. today. Nashville, the front pushes into your area by Tuesday evening with gusty storm potential tonight. Memphis and Jackson, Mississippi, severe thunderstorms are possible as the front sweeps through tonight. Pittsburgh and Cleveland, watch for storms arriving in the early to mid-afternoon hours on Tuesday. Detroit, scattered severe thunderstorms are possible as the cold front pushes through your area today. Now let me shift east. Millions in the mid-Atlantic and Northeast need this timing information now. Washington, D.C. expects storms to arrive between roughly 7 p.m. and midnight local time tonight. Primary threats for D.C. tonight are damaging wind gusts and heavy rainfall causing localized flooding. Baltimore gets a nearly identical scenario. Storms arrive mid-evening with gusty winds and rain. Philadelphia storms push in late evening with wind gusts potentially exceeding 50 miles per hour. New York City metro storms arrive late tonight and could linger into early Wednesday morning hours. JFK, LaGuardia, and Newark could see significant wind and rain delays during the peak storm window. New Jersey and Long Island, you are in the path for late-night gusty storms after 10 p.m. Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, your front arrives early Wednesday morning. Plan accordingly. Boston and Portland, the front reaches you by Wednesday mid-morning, impacting the commutes. Tornado risk across the Northeast is low today. Damaging straight-line winds are your main concern. A 70 miles per hour squall line gust causes the exact same property damage as a weak tornado. Secure outdoor furniture, get vehicles into a garage if possible, and keep your phone fully charged. Now, the southeast section of this video is for Birmingham, Atlanta, Charlotte, and Raleigh today. Birmingham and Huntsville, isolated severe storms are possible today with the front pushing south. Atlanta is in the warm sector today. Storms arrive from the north late tonight. Charlotte and Raleigh expect storms to push through overnight tonight into early Wednesday morning. New Orleans and Baton Rouge heavy rainfall develops by Tuesday night as the front approaches tonight. Now let me talk about the heat story millions on the East Coast are baking today. Temperatures across the East Coast are running 10 to 20 degrees above normal for mid-May right now. Charlotte, Atlanta, Richmond, Raleigh highs pushing into the upper 80s and low 90s again today. The NWS describes this as well above average, hot summer-like temperatures continuing into this week. But that heat is actually feeding the energy driving tonight's storm system east. The bigger the temperature contrast at a cold front, the more explosive the storm development becomes. By Wednesday, the front clears the East Coast and temperatures drop 15 to 20 degrees behind it. Philadelphia drops from near 90 today to the low 70s by Wednesday. Relief is coming. Now let me look ahead because what is developing beyond Tuesday is equally important to understand. The WPC extended forecast flags multiple rounds of heavy rain continuing through this weekend. From Wednesday through Sunday, the stalled front keeps firing thunderstorm complexes across Texas. Houston, San Antonio, Austin, you are absolutely not out of the woods after today, not even close. Central Texas could see 1 to 3 inches of rain per day through Friday. That is serious. That kind of sustained rainfall can push rivers into minor to moderate flood stage by Thursday. If you live near any river, creek, or low-lying area in Central Texas, monitor water levels closely. The broader pattern does not fully break down until the trough lifts out later this week. This means active and volatile weather continues rotating through the central and eastern U.S. daily. The upper-level ridge flattens by the weekend. Temperatures return toward normal across the east. But Tuesday through Thursday is the peak of this transitional period, and transitions are volatile. The most dangerous weather events of any season very often happen during exactly these transitions. Now let me give you the full season context because this week matters beyond just today's storms. AccuWeather is projecting 1,050 to 1,250 total tornadoes across the United States in 2026. This multi-day outbreak that started Saturday will add significantly to the 2026 tornado count. The historical average for U.S. tornadoes in May alone is approximately 265 confirmed touchdowns. May is the most active tornado month in the U.S. right now, is the absolute peak. The jet stream is positioned in a way that meteorologists specifically associate with major outbreaks. When the jet dips this hard into the central U.S. in mid-May, history says pay attention. The atmospheric ingredients this week are legitimate. This setup demands your full respect and preparation. Here is the absolute bottom line on everything happening across the United States on Tuesday, May 19th. This is a 3-alarm weather day, 3 simultaneous hazards covering the majority of the country. Hazard 1, severe thunderstorm outbreak pushing east from the plains into the Great Lakes today. Kansas, Nebraska, Iowa, Missouri, Chicago, Indianapolis, Columbus all watching for storms today. Hazard 2, severe weather arrives in the mid-Atlantic and Northeast between tonight and midnight. D.C., Philadelphia, New York, and Boston all see impacts from tonight through early Wednesday morning. Hazard 3, fire danger still elevated in the Texas Panhandle, flooding building in central Texas. All 3 connected to one single upper-level trough that has been controlling our weather since Saturday. The pattern does not fully break down until the trough lifts and the front clears the East Coast. I want to make absolutely sure you have accurate information for your specific area this week. One more time, drop your city and state in the comments so I can respond to you. Tell me what the sky looks like outside your window right now. Your report helps everyone watching. If your state was not covered today, tell me below and I will cover your area next. Share this with anyone in the risk zone right now. A single share can save a life. That is not hype. Weather warnings save lives when people hear them with enough lead time. Every minute of lead time matters. When severe weather is approaching, awareness is your best tool. I will have a live updated forecast tonight covering the overnight and Wednesday morning situation. By then, the storms will be through the mid-Atlantic and we will have much better track data. Turn notifications on now if you want that update the moment it drops tonight. Weather never stops moving and we are going to stay right on top of it for you. Stay safe, stay weather aware, and keep your eyes on the sky in any risk zone today. See you in the next live update. Stay ready out there.